Okay, so this is our new podcast called the Overnights Podcast. For any of you that don't know, I am DRIFTXPORT, and I was hosting a podcast called the Charismatic Podcast with my boy Kaidub, but we decided to shift it to the PlayStation so we could do it with some more friends. So I actually have two new people with me. Kaidub isn't in this episode, but he'll be in future episodes. So the host will still be the same, but it'll be an average of 3 or 4 of us per podcast. So I'm gonna go ahead and let my two co-hosts introduce themselves now. So go ahead, guys, so they can meet y'all.
You want to go, Justice? You want me to go?
You can go. I'll go right after.
All right. So I'm Dylan, aka INVOLTING. You can find me on Twitter at INVOLTING and on Twitch at INVOLTING with 2 G's. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right. My name's Justice, aka ARZAH. My @ on Twitter is ARZAH_, and then my @ on Twitch is @ARZAH.
All right, cool. So the podcast will pretty much consist of the same thing, gaming and sports. Today we're gonna be doing a gaming episode, but everything will be the same. We're all really close friends, just like me and Manny were. So we're gonna go ahead and hop into this one. And for this one today, we're gonna be talking about PS5, the PS5 games, or just next gen in general, and the games that they've released, the games that we want, and just other things like that. So we're gonna go ahead and hop into that right now. So first off, I just want to ask you guys what you guys think about the PS5 in general, like looks and like everything you've seen in the presentation. If you guys did watch it, so what do you guys think about it?
I think it looks badass. I love the look of it.
I do like the look of it too.
It looks better than the Xbox refrigerator Series X.
That is facts. That's big facts. I do like how there's a digital and digital list one, so that's kind of cool. I do like the slim look.
That was pretty dope.
Yeah, and the white look kind of cool. I mean, usually white has never been the primary color. We always get black for PlayStation, so it's to see them introduce that white is their new primary color. That's kind of also cool too.
Yeah.
The last time they had primary as white was PlayStation 1.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
Well, it was gray though.
Well, yeah, white.
Yeah,
gray
even
color,
that was gray. So.
Yeah. Because I remember growing up, I would always have the black one and stuff, and then someone would have a special one, or you would see a white one, and you'd be like dang, that's so rare. I'd never seen one like that. So you would be kind of that person's flexing on you because they had a white one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the old day flex to have the white PlayStations, white Xboxes.
Yeah. And to be honest, growing up, I never really noticed PlayStation having exclusive PlayStations. Like Halo had their own PlayStation skin, or Xbox had their own little custom actual Xbox deals where their actual Xbox was designed, and I didn't really see a lot of PS3s like that at all, to be honest.
Yeah, me either. I started off on at PlayStation 2, and all it was just this big brick, and then I went to Wii.
That's facts.
And then to Xbox 360 and PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've always been PlayStation.
Yeah, I've been
that old PlayStation 2.
I mean, I've had both, but I've been mostly PlayStation. Okay, so
I played on both, but
yeah, I played on both too. That's pretty good. So we're gonna go ahead and hop into the games. So for the games, we can talk about some of the games that's been announced. So I want to hear everyone's game they're most excited for that's got announced. So for me, I guess I'll start off. For me, the most exciting ones, of course. I like Ratchet and Clank. That's kind of what sold me towards the PS5. Kind of what's making me want to get earlier. I also like Horizon Zero Dawn 2. I love the first one. I love the first part of both those games. Of course, Madden 21 is, I'm iffy about it, but it's still selling me towards it just because I like Madden. And pretty much just the expansion games like Spider-Man or Grand Theft Auto or Destiny 2 is kind of intriguing too, even though I stopped playing, but it's kind of intriguing too. But what about you guys?
I'm excited for the usual sports games, Madden, NBA, whatever, if they come out with another MLB, which they most likely will, new MLB, GTA, and yeah.
Alright, yeah. What about you,
I'm
Dennis?
excited for a lot of the storyline games. Most of the storyline games that they came out with, Returnal, the Demon Souls, the Ratchet and Clank, the what's that other one? The Horizon.
Oh yeah.
That one's pretty dope. And then I don't know about the Project Athia. I'm still iffy on that one. That one seemed pretty cool.
Yeah, that's another Square Enix game, so it's gonna be a good game.
Yeah. I'm okay excited about most of the things they introduced. I think everything they've introduced has been pretty good. And I think we get a majority of those games like pretty early too, like for this gen, which is kind of cool. So we'll get to like play them like on a low budget version, and then when they go to the PS5, hopefully like they massively improve. Kind of what I'm hoping for the sports games. Hopefully the sports games, they come out early like they're supposed to. If they're kind of bad on PS4, I'm gonna kind of like try to stick through it, and then hopefully like they improve on the PS5 and it just become better to play.
Yeah.
Another game that I was looking at that's kind of under the radar is that like Demolition Derby game, Destruction All Stars.
Oh yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
That game looks fun.
I was just getting
I
ready
don't
to
know.
watch
It kind of
that.
reminds me of like Rocket League. This is in
It's like
cars,
Rocket
just
League mixed with
blowing
like Twisted Metal,
Yeah.
kinda.
That would be fun. That already sounds fun. Like Rocket League is fun, low key. I'm just trash at it, like
Yep.
dead
On the
ass.
same
I'm
boat.
just trash. Like I like actually playing that game, but then I get on there and I lose so much. I'm like, bro, why am I even on this game? Like I fucking suck.
That's facts. I'm also excited for the graphics. Like the graphics from PS4 to PS5. That's just that's a big jump, and they look dope on PS5.
That is crazy. Yeah, the graphics do look insanely crazy. The runtime for that system in general looks pretty good. Like the loading screens, how they've been deducted by so much time. That looks like
Yeah, it
completely
looks super
crazy.
fast.
Yeah, that's like everything's pretty cool. Like the only thing that I'm like kind of curious about is like it's gonna like be so awkward. Like I'm so comfortable. Like for me, this is a personal opinion, but for me, like I like the PS4 controller like so much. Like I like it more than the Xbox 360 controller. And I know most people think that's kind of wild, but like I don't know. I'm just really comfortable with the PS4 controller. It's actually been like the most comfortable controller for me, like as a player that I actually like. So it's gonna be kind of hard going to a brand new controller after I felt like I played on this one for so long. But then like I said the same thing about like the PS3, but then like when I got off the PS3, like I hate the PS3 controller. Like when I go back to play my game, I literally will only play games that I can plug in my PS4 controller on my PS3 to play if they're like old games. And if I can't, then I really try not to play them.
It seems like a lot of people are nervous with like the size of the controller and how it looks like an Xbox controller or whatever. But with like you said with the PS3 to PS4 controller, I feel like it's just going to be like one of those things where it's bound to change. There's nothing we can do about it, and then once we get to it, other people will probably like it more than a PS4 controller.
Yeah, I know. And then like another personal thing, I'm hoping, I don't know how this is gonna work, but I was talking to our friend Gabe about it. Like I was trying to like, I got a scuff pretty new, so I'm pretty sure by the time the PS5 comes out, my scuff's still gonna be in pretty good condition, and it's gonna like suck if I can't even like if there's no way like to adapt those scuffs to the PS5, which I'm pretty sure, I'm assuming if like the PS5 has a bunch
there should be.
but yeah, but like what I'm scared about is like when you go like from the PS3 to like the PS4, there was like they added like the share button and they had like the touchpad and all kinds of things like that. So there might be new buttons like on the PS5 or new mechanics of those controllers that like you can't use like on the PS4 like controller on the PS5. That's what I mean. Like you can't use the PS3 controller on a PS5 because it has like it went from like the DualShock to like the Dual whatever.
DualSense, yeah.
These are so you couldn't use the same mechanics. So I'm feeling like that might be the same thing, but then it's like, bro, all the people that invested in scuffs or have scuffs or custom controllers are kind of gonna lose out. But I can't really blame them because this is like a next gen, and you kind of gotta like step it up. So that controller might be behind, even though it's already an advantage now.
Mm-hmm.
It
mean, it looks pretty
PlayStation Now when you
similar.
play it. Go ahead.
Oh no, you good. That's all I was gonna say.
Oh, on PlayStation Now, when you go to pause, it doesn't even let you use the options button. You have to push like right on the touchpad, and then the options button is left on the touchpad.
Oh yeah, I noticed that too. When I was playing Sly Cooper and stuff like that, I noticed that too. So I guess maybe they might have something like that. So I don't know. I'm hoping for that. But while we keep going, I know that there's games that didn't get announced that we're hoping for. So what are your guys' games that you guys are really hoping for? Or games that you guys want to talk about coming back, or that are coming out that just aren't on the list, or that a lot of people know about?
I'm just like everyone else. I just want GTA 6. I'm done with GTA 5. I just want GTA 6.
So Justice
I
didn't even
don't
play
care
GTA 5,
about
so
GTA 6. I don't care about that. I want God of War.
God
I
of
want
War
an
is another
exclusive.
big game.
Yeah.
Yeah, Justice ain't excited about GTA 6 because he ain't even play 5 yet. So
I've never played it, but I mean, I get it.
I don't know. Me, I'm kind of more excited about. Hopefully, we get a Sly Cooper. That That's like literally my favorite game, and the fourth one left the top on a cliffhanger, and it's been like so many years, and then we had to wait like a big ass gap between the third and the fourth one. So I kind of feel like it's like one of those childhood momentum things, but then I kind of feel like I also like in a like weird way I kind of almost grew up alongside that game because like I was young when the first three came out, and then I waited a while and I got older and I was still a fan of it, and then when I got a little older, they released the fourth one, and now like another 8 years have passed, and I kind of want another one, and it's like, dude, I'll have played that game like throughout different stages of my life, so it's like the game like grew up with me as well.
Hmm.
There's always games like that for some people. Like for you, Sly Cooper, they just like it passes through, and you just get more and more intrigued with it as you go on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I do
For
hope
me,
for
that was
that.
God of War.
Yeah, for you, God of War. I never really played God of War, but I know like a little bit about it, and I own the games honestly. Like I even got like the collection disc on PS3 where you have like it's like a box where you have like a bunch of discs in there for
Oh
every game.
yeah,
It was like one of the it
God
was
of
one
War
of
was
the
fire.
yeah, it was one of the editions that came out when they were doing like all those like it was like right before the PS4 release, they were doing like all the trilogies and games like that are like bunched
Oh
together
yeah,
and
it
bundles together.
was like Sparta and all that other stuff.
Yeah. So yeah. Um is there any other games you guys are excited for? Or is that just it?
I'm excited for the new Oddworld.
The which one? The Oddworld
Oddworld.
Demons?
I didn't even watch
Um,
the trailer for that.
I don't know what the name of it is, but
It's
it's
called
like
I think I know what you're talking about.
Soulstorm. That's what it's called.
yeah, Soulstorm. That's what it is.
Yeah, that one. That
It's
one
like
looked
you
pretty
have to
dope.
collect like these aliens and shit because they had Abe's Odyssey on the PlayStation 1,
Hmm.
and I used to just sit there and watch my dad play that game like crazy. Like he would just sit there and he'd get through so much or what felt like so much, and even then like they came out with the remastered version of it on PlayStation 4, and I got it and he was playing it then, and it's just crazy how like much they've improved the graphics on it, so I want to see it on the PlayStation 5.
Hmm. That's how I
That's
am with
crazy.
Demon Souls and Resident Evil. Like the graphics look way better compared to PS4.
Mm. Yeah, that's crazy. I don't really have a game like that, like where it's like an older game coming to the one besides like Sly Cooper. But another game, like I guess I'd be excited about that. We kind of forgot to talk about. I think I'm more excited about Overwatch 2. Um, I'm a late bloomer on Overwatch 1 to begin with, so I didn't play it like,
Taking my head.
bro. I got it because of Gabe. Like when Gabe first, when my friend Zerk first played it, or Gabe, for those of you guys that remember that podcast episode, he was into that game. I remember him getting it, and I went to his house and I played it and I liked it, but it took me a while to get on it. So then we waited a while, and then like I don't know where Dylan will remember this too. Like all of our friends just decided to get it together. Like Gabe got everyone on it, so we just like we're all like, all right, cool, let's all get it. So we all got it, and I played for like a week or so the first time with everyone, but then like I just didn't like find full interest into it, I guess, or I wasn't like fully into it, or something just happened where I didn't play as long as everyone else did. So I was kind of like, we would all get on to hang out, and they would all already be full playing Overwatch, and it's like I'm not even gonna ask to join because I didn't really feel like playing to begin with. So that was like the first go around, and then all of our friends became really toxic in that game because that game
Yeah,
can
that
make
was
good.
that was an interesting time in our friend group.
Yeah, like yeah, too many fights were going on and stuff like that. And me, I'm the type of person where I don't even like getting on in a competitive game like that. Like if we're gonna get on a competitive game, like I'm a team based player. Like I want to have like fun while I'm playing, and like I want my team to be getting along and stuff. So like if everyone's all fighting and shit, it's like not even a fun time for me.
It takes the fun out of it.
Yeah, so I wasn't even playing to begin with. And then we took a break for a while, and everyone just got different ranks, so everyone was playing by themselves. And like like a side note, Overwatch, I do actually like the game as a casual player, and I love the characters. Those are one of those games where I'm more in love with the characters in the game than I am the actual game. Like the characters have like meaning to me, like outside of the game, like art or like gaming pictures or anything like that to edit or anything. Like Overwatch has some of the dopest characters. It reminds you like of an anime in that sense, where they just the character designs or skins, like really dope.
Yeah. The characters and cinematics for that game is crazy.
Yeah, oh yeah, I
Yeah.
love the shorts. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, the shorts are some of the best shorts I've ever seen for a game. Like you could literally I can literally watch a completion of all those shorts, and then it'd be like a movie. I'm sitting there watching like a TV show. And then, like I do love
For
those.
real.
They have so many cinematics for that game too, and they're so like good looking that you'd think it'd have a story, but it doesn't. That's why I
Yeah,
can't wait for Overwatch 2 to actually like have a story.
yeah. I'm kind of
And
curious to
some of
see
them
like
tie
how their
together.
PvE version is gonna work. Oh yeah, that's right too. You're right. Some of them do tie together. Like, even the way they announced Overwatch 2 and then they showed, like, Echo as an Easter egg and then they end up coming out in Overwatch 1, and it's like, dude, they're planning ahead but also backtracking to give someone something new for this game.
I still haven't even watched that trailer that you told me about.
Dude, that trailer's fire, Loki. And like I said, I'm kind of excited to see, like, what Dylan said. I'm excited to see the next game and then the PvE version of it. Because I remember, like, Fortnite had all this hype when it first came out, too, and everyone was, like, hooked on Battle Royale, and then we tried the PvE version, and to me, like, I couldn't get into it. Like, I just didn't see the purpose of it, like, to be
Yeah,
as
it
fun
was
as Fortnite at the
underwhelming.
time. Yeah, it was kind of
So you guys
underwhelming.
bought it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we bought it on a
I
sale.
didn't even
It
buy
was like
it.
it was like a sale where it was like really cheap, and then we decided to just get it because like literally like Fortnite like ran our game. Like that's probably the one game where our friends like never stopped playing. Like we literally got on and played that game all day.
Hmm.
So yeah, we ended up getting like the PvE version of it, and it wasn't that great. Like I said, it didn't last long for us playing. So I'm kind of excited to see what this can do, and I think if I'm mistaken or if I'm not mistaken, I mean I'm pretty sure this Overwatch had a PvE event. I'm pretty sure it did, where like it was like those purple robots kind of or whatever, and you had to like survive like the
Oh,
waves of them.
yeah,
Oh
I
yeah,
know what
yeah,
you're talking
yeah.
about.
Yeah, so hopefully it's not anything like that, because I mean that would be cool for like a little game mode, but I think if they're gonna do like a PvE version, that they kind of have to extend past that, like with a story type thing. Hopefully,
Yeah, that'd be cool. Like, did you get to play the players as their like little animation story?
yeah, I
That'd
hope
be
they
pretty
find a way
good.
to do it. Right. So,
If they could
anyways,
do it.
past that now, do you guys see anything cool with the Xbox? Because like Xbox trailers, I wasn't really like looking at, so I don't know too much about Xbox. I do know that they announced a Forza title was released. They didn't. I don't know if there's a trailer for it or not. I'm definitely not sure about that, but I heard about it up in the air about it being released, and I also heard that EA has 5 more titles that have to be released that are unnamed. So we don't know what games those are yet, but most EA games are cross-play or both platforms, so we know those will be both games. So I'm predicting that hopefully those are just the rest of the sports game like Dylan was talking about earlier, and or maybe another driving game coming from EA. So, but other than that, we have Forza. You guys have the Halo, and that's pretty much like all the games I've seen. I really don't know anything else. Did you
I
guys
haven't
see
looked into
anything?
Xbox at all.
I haven't either. I
Yeah,
just looked at the specs to see what's different between the PS5 and Xbox
Yeah, the
Series.
yeah,
specs are definitely better on the Xbox
On
than
the
the PlayStation,
Xbox,
though.
yeah. Not by
yeah.
far, but they're still better.
Yeah.
That's all I've looked at for the Xbox. I'll probably look more like if Call of Duty, because I'm big on Call of Duty. If Call of Duty goes to Xbox, like their competitive side goes back to Xbox, I'll probably go more for Xbox and look more into it.
I'm gonna look at the titles right now real quick while you guys are still talking because I want to see what titles they have released if we're missing any, just to see what we're going over. So they have Halo Infinite, Cyberpunk is gonna be for both. They have Assassin's Creed,
I
of course,
forgot about that game.
Madden.
Cyberpunk.
Yeah. Oh, they have a game called Call of the Sea, which is a new version. I'm pretty sure of Sea of Thieves or something similar to that. I remember that being.
Sea of Thieves is fire, yo.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. I never played, but I always watch videos on it.
Yeah, I always
So
watch videos.
yeah, that's pretty much it. The rest of the games they really showed are pretty much games that are on both consoles. So I'm not seeing anything too super good. Oh, they have a Lord of the Rings title. I don't know if that's cross-platform or not, but they have a Lord of the Rings title on their thing too. So yeah,
Yeah, I've scrolled through this list and I only see like one Xbox exclusive. It's called Scorn, like a
yeah,
horror game.
Yeah.
that's pretty much all I see. Yeah, and then the rest of the games, like I said, most of the other games are besides Halo Infinite are pretty much for both consoles, which
Hmm.
that's kind of underwhelming, but we'll see. But we still have like the rest of the time for these games to be released. So
Yeah, they still have a lot of time.
yeah. Anyways, so that's that for the consoles. We talked about the games we wanted to talk about. There are some other things that you guys wanted to talk about, so we're gonna go ahead and hop into those topics. I know for sure Dylan had a UFC topic that we want to talk about, so we can go ahead and hop into that right now if you want to, so we can go on to the next segment.
All right, so for UFC, we have the main card in Abu Dhabi, UFC 251 at Fight Island. I'm going to take your guys' predictions on this. I know you guys don't know much about UFC, but we'll
I
just
know
see
a
what you
little
think.
bit.
Well, let's see.
I don't watch a lot.
I don't know.
I used to watch
I ain't
more.
gonna lie. I don't know jack
I used to
nothing
watch
about
a
it.
lot.
Well, this will be a fun experience then for us to see what you guys can guess, because I'm gonna keep your predictions down, so we'll see afterwards. All right, so main card, first fight. We got a flyweight matchup. Amanda Ribas, the 700 favorite, versus Paige Van Zant, and she's a plus 500 underdog. So, who do you guys think is gonna win? Amanda Ribas or Paige Van Zant?
Amanda.
All right, I'm gonna go with the underdog, just to pick the underdog, just to be that person that picks the underdog.
I respect it. She's bad though, so
I gotta go with
I respect her
Amanda.
for choosing it. Yeah, that's what I'm going with too.
I mean, so she's better than the person I picked by a lot.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, yeah. Paige is like she's more signed for like publicity because she's a big like social media person.
Okay.
Like, she's a social media person.
I mean, she's not bad.
Yeah, I'm not saying I don't know anything about it. I'm just picking her because she's underdog, and like I just want to see the underdog win. I guess it's kind of like an upset, so it's kind of cool to see an upset. I'm in no way am I saying I think she's actually gonna win because I don't know nothing about it, but I'm gonna go with the upset just to go with the upset.
All right, so Justice, you're going for Rebus, and Junior, you're going for Van Zant.
Yeah.
Okay. Next fight, we have number one contenders fight for the strawweight championship held by Zhang Wei Li. We have the minus 190 favorite Rose Namajunas against the 160 underdog Jessica Andrade. Who are you guys going with?
Wait, Jessica's the underdog?
Yeah, she's a 160.
What?
Underdog.
That's crazy.
I'm gonna go with the first person.
Guess that.
I don't know anything.
Rose?
So yeah, I'm gonna go with the first person you said.
All right.
No, I gotta go with Jessica.
Well, me and Justice are agreeing again because that's who I'm going with too.
Damn, I'm just not. I guess I'm just that
But
person.
I would not guess her to be the underdog. That's why I was like, what?
Yeah, that's what I was surprised about. But they're number one, number two contenders. So
yeah.
That's gonna be who's fighting Zhang Wei.
That's gotta be a good match, though.
Dude, this card is stacked. I love this card.
Yeah, I know. I seen. I just looked it up and I'm like, oh snap.
All right, so Junior, you got Rose Namajunas. Justice, you have Jessica Andrade.
Yes, sir.
All right, next fight for the vacant bantamweight championship. We got the negative 230 favorite Peter Yan versus the plus 190 underdog Jose Aldo. Who you guys going with?
I'm gonna go with the first one again.
Peter Yan?
Yeah.
I want to go with Aldo. Gomez is nasty. But yeah, I'm gonna go Aldo. I'm gonna go Aldo.
All right. I'm personally going with Peter Yan. He Aldo's getting up there in age, so
I knew you was gonna say that.
I'm telling you,
he is getting up there, but
yeah, ever since he lost his title, he's just been declining.
He's just been like, I wouldn't really say declining, just like he's been like kind of staying in the same boat.
Yeah, he's in a slump. I mean, maybe this is the fight to get him out of it for the vacant title, but
well, yeah,
because you already know they weren't beating Triple C.
Yeah, no.
Henry Cejudo beat.
Henry Cejudo, bro, I seen him wrestle like from high school, like in high school, and then he went on to the fucking Olympics and won the gold medal. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, he's something else. I was so sad when he retired.
Right. I was like, what? I was like, I guess, might as well.
Yeah. As soon as he grabbed the mic, he's like, I got an announcement to make. I'm like, oh, no, please don't.
Bro, after that fight, I was so hyped. Cause I was like, what's it called? Because I was on Facebook, or I forget what I was on, but I was watching it live. And one of my friends was like, make Arizona proud. His name is Michael, and I was like, big bet. And that's how I saw the fight. That shit was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about that. So I'm just listening.
I'm
just taking all the information.
Arizona.
All right, so me and Junior got Peter Yan, and Justice has Jose Aldo.
Yes, sir.
All right, next fight, co-main event for the featherweight title. We got the negative 210 favorite, Alexander Volkanovski, against the plus 180 underdog, Max Holloway.
What?
The champ, Alexander Volkanovski, I should add. So, who are you guys going with?
I'm gonna go.
Max.
I'm gonna go with the champ. Yeah.
All right. So I'm going with Volkanovski as well.
Taking
I
my
don't
head.
I don't see Max beating him.
No, he will, bro.
Volkanovski.
Trust.
Bro, who did he beat for the title? Who did Volkanovski beat for the title? Max Holloway.
I don't know who he beat for it. Was it Max?
Oh, Max Holloway, yeah.
That's when
Max
he lost
Holloway's
it?
getting his rematch. He's gonna get his ass whooped again.
Nah, Max and man. No, I'm going with Max.
We'll see. We
He
agreed on
might
the
be
first
smaller. He's smaller, right?
Disagree.
Max is smaller.
No. No,
No?
No, Volkanovski is really short.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
He's like 5'10", but I think he's like 5'10" or something. He's way shorter than Holloway, but he has a bigger reach. He has a longer reach.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. That's what I meant. Max has a smaller one.
You already know Volkanovski only one loss though.
I know. But I gotta go with Max, man.
I respect it. All right, so Junior, you have Volkanovski.
Yeah.
I have Volkanovski, and Justice, you have Max Holloway.
Yes, sir.
And then the main event, welterweight
That
title
was
fight.
Fire.
Oh, this is gonna be a slugfest. Negative 200 favorite, champ Kamaru Usman versus the
expected.
plus 175 Gilbert Burns. Who's taking it?
Gotta go with Gilbert.
Who you going with, Junior?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with that guy too.
Gilbert Burns?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that too.
Both you guys seeing new champs? Okay.
Yes, sir.
I don't
I'm not
though, because I
hungry.
see Usman beating some ass.
Bro, Gilbert's been on the rise.
I don't know. Yeah, he's not gonna beat ass though. Like, I'm predicting like Usman in like 4 maybe.
Okay.
I think he's gonna take it to the champ. I think the championship rounds are where Usman's gonna win it.
You think? I don't know. You're probably right, but I gotta stick with my gut. Gilbert's gonna take it.
All right, so I'm the only one going with Usman, and you guys got Gilbert Burns,
Yes, sir.
and that's main card for UFC 251.
Yeah, hopefully I do pretty good on my predictions. I don't know anything about it, like I said again for like the 500th time, but hopefully I do pretty good.
What are you
I'm
putting
usually
like
pretty
bets
good with
down on
UFC
this, or what are you gonna
predictions.
do?
What?
You putting like bets down on this stuff, or what?
Nah, just bragging rights.
Just bragging rights?
Yeah,
Bet.
I'll have that by me when I'm watching, so I can make sure keep track of it.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about him. Hopefully I just pick some lucky guesses.
Sometimes that's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going with. All right. So, anyways, next thing we guys can talk about now that we covered that. Justice want to talk about Call of Duty. I am down to talk about the Call of Duty. We were talking about a little bit before the podcast started, and some of the things we covered was that the Call of Duty trailer hasn't been announced. It's been delayed. I think twice now it's been delayed, which we're kind of all in the air about this whole contract being ended and if it's going to be a PlayStation exclusive or a Xbox exclusive, which is not really exclusive. By exclusive, I mean we'll get DLC and content first.
Yeah.
More over the other more of the other next gen.
Competitive gonna be at.
Yeah, wherever competitive or wherever the pros are going to play at, which I'm not really like, too concerned about that part. I'm more concerned about, it kind of sucked because like I had a PS3, I didn't have a 360. Well, let me rephrase that. I had a 360, but I didn't play Call of Duty on it with my friends, so I was always the one waiting for DLC to come out. So it's kind of been nice to get DLC first rather than waiting. But I think actually Modern Warfare broke it this year, didn't they? Didn't everything come out the same day for everyone this year in Modern Warfare?
Yeah. Yeah, the same release.
Okay, so
dates.
who knows? Now it's just more about competitive. But back then it used to be like that. But we don't know whether it being a trailer game, how they're gonna do things, and if they're gonna do things like that or not. I'm hoping that it'll actually just be the same time for everyone. I'm assuming that it probably will be now because we gotta think that I'm pretty sure that the next Call of Duty is gonna be crossplay too, and I'm pretty
Yeah, I
sure
think
there's
so.
gonna. And I'm pretty sure Warzone is probably going to carry over to Call of Duty considering that Activision made it. So our Treyarch and Activision worked on it this year. So I'm pretty sure they're going to have a Warzone integrated into their game.
Well, I feel like
I
that's gonna
hope
be
so.
separate.
Separate. I
Yeah,
think
I
it's
feel
no.
like
I think
I
it's a
feel
bit.
like they'll keep it, but just like separate from the next Call of Duty.
You don't think that Call of Duty? You don't think Blackout or Black Ops, if it is a Black Ops title, Cold War? I mean, will get its own BR.
I feel like if what's it called? I don't know. I actually don't know. I don't feel like they're gonna carry this over like with the next COD. I feel like they're just gonna keep it separate since that's doing it successfully, and
Oh,
they're
I see
gonna
what you
just
mean.
like make
Oh, okay,
changes to that.
I get what you're saying, but then and again though, in a long run for Call of Duty, that would kind of cause controversy because you don't want your new Call of Duty game to be not being played by last year's Call of Duty. It's kind of like stepping on their toes, kind of considering that they didn't even finish Warzone. Treyarch stepped in and took over for them.
Yeah. I mean, they can always add the new guns, like take out the old guns, add the new guns, change up the map a little bit. But I mean, keep it called the
Just have a
Warzone.
mass update of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's probably what I would kind of like if they're gonna do it that like on that route. I would probably do that too because there's some things that I think Warzone is a great game, even though I don't really play a lot. Like I will say, I don't like Modern Warfare like casual play and regular like Modern Warfare Online. I don't like as much, but Warzone
Nope.
has been something to like
Warzone.
something that people are actually
Warzone
enjoying.
saved it.
Yeah, and playing. So if we're gonna get it to go to the same one, I mean, I hope the Treyarch kills it. I mean, yeah, the map needs to be updated. The buildings are just way too big to me. Like I think multiple level buildings all over the place are a little too much. Like to me personally, honestly, I don't know if this is a personal opinion, but I could see like I like the way Warzone is and the way the guns are and everything in Warzone. But I honestly, at the bottom of my heart, think that Warzone, the way it is, like the way it's played, and the way people are, and the way the guns are, would play way better on the map Blackout than it would on the map it is on now. Not a lot of people think like that, but I kind of started thinking about it. Like, if you look at the Black Ops map, I actually really like the Black Ops map. For one, the point of views that they use, or the point of interests they use, were from their previous games, which are really cool. And I get that, Warzone does that too, but there's also a lot of open space that has nothing to do with other previous Call of Duty games. So I think on the map, like, there has to be, like, some openness to the map, I guess. Because there is something like that in Warzone, but it's not as much. Most of the areas are, like, concluded like buildings where you're like isolated in these buildings at multiple levels, like camping around and stuff. And on Blackout, people actually had to move around the map and out in the open and stuff, so it was kind of a little more smoother for playstyle.
Well, I
I
mean,
feel like. Go
Warzone.
ahead.
My bad.
No, you
Warzone.
go.
They had like everything in the game, like the maps. Some of the maps in Warzone map are from Ground War, and then some of that is from. There's like a little bit of parts from the main mission, from what I was told, and then from the special ops, most of that is like stadium. That's special ops. The place like TV station, I think that's special ops. Like most of the stuff that's in the Warzone map is like from the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can
I
understand
get what
that.
you're saying. I get what you're saying with like just all the open area, how it just flows better than the Warzone right now does.
Yeah, because I didn't
I
like
just think
Blackout a lot, but I like the map better than I like this map. My bad
I
about
just
this
think if
one.
they find like a happy medium, like of like
Mhm.
open space and buildings, or like just limit the building because like every corner you turn, you have a chance of getting shot like from up top. So I feel like they could just find like here's where open fields are, here's where buildings are, and just like try and put them together and meet in the middle. I feel like it'd be really good.
Or
Yeah.
if anything, those tall buildings, like mainly like downtown and stuff, cut them in half. Like
Or
cut
they're
them in half, so
16
they're not
stories.
so tall. Because like when they're all the way up there, they have such a height advantage. I mean, like yeah, it makes the game a little bit more exciting if you're on the ground. To some people, like to me, it's like oh shit, I gotta maneuver faster and just try and just move and like move. try and just stay out of their lane of fire. But then with that, you got other people just camping in the buildings.
Yeah, but like even when you're on the ground level though, trying to run away from people up high, they kind of made it towards like Apex. I mean, there's fall damage in that game, but you could literally parachute off everything. So that's kind of like there is no fall damage if you parachute correctly.
True. But I mean, they made it to where you can hear that clearly and loud. So it's like you can turn around and beam them while they're in the air with the parachute.
Yeah, so that's true. That is true. And I want to ask you guys this quick question too, because I was just thinking about it, like right now, right this minute. Like Warzone to me came out at like the perfect time because the other BRs were kind of at a stunt. Let's say like this Call of Duty, like let's say we put everything a year ahead, kind of, or a year behind technically, but a year ahead, a year behind, kind of. You'll get once I explain it. But let's say that last year's Call of Duty was actually Modern Warfare, this Modern Warfare, and the year before that was Blackout, and Blackout would have been coming out around the same time that Fortnite came around. So by the time Warzone came out, Warzone would be like out the way it is now, but it would be going against Fortnite at its peak or Apex at its peak. Now, at those kind of games at their peak, do you guys think that Warzone stands a chance against those BRs? When they're at their peak, all of them, like when they were at like the most amount of people playing them possible?
I think they'll play more, definitely.
You think it'll be better?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Could you imagine Warzone at its peak in Battle Royale? Like, with how smooth the game, like how smooth it is compared to like Blackout.
Yeah.
I think it would. I don't think it'd be played more than Fortnite.
Yeah, I was about to say I don't know. I'm agreeing that it's definitely better than Blackout. Blackout would be like out of the picture. Like Blackout would kind of like suck. I mean, beginning Fortnite, like OG Fortnite, like before it even blew up all over media. I'm pretty sure that Fortnite would be Blackout, if we're being honest. But I think, like, if I had to be honest, I like Apex a lot, too, because of the characters and stuff, too. But if we're being, like, honest, I can see Warzone being better than Apex at its peak when they're both out at the same time. I don't know,
I
man.
have to disagree, bro. I love Apex. I still love Apex to this point. I've always been a COD person, and if they came out at the same time, and, like, MW's Warzone, like, if it came out back then, like, yeah. You gotta remember at the beginning they had the cheating issue.
Oh yeah, that was really big. Yeah,
so
I guess I forgot about that.
Fortnite, and Modern Warfare, they both had that issue. Apex didn't have that issue.
Yeah, Apex
they already had the cheaters things implanted, and you maybe ran into a cheater like once every 30 games. But with Fortnite, it's like every other game or every game. And so, like, Apex, when I started playing Apex, it just made the game more enjoyable.
Yeah. I do agree with you.
I think Apex is underrated as it is.
Yeah, it is. I like it now, yeah.
Underrated.
And let's be honest, I think, like
especially with the new map.
Yeah, with the new map, it's fun. And I was about to point this out, too. I think that Apex kind of got capped. Like, let's be honest. Like, they took time to, like, make their game better, like, actual playstyle-wise, like as a game and like a whole unit before they opened up crossplay, because I think that's kind of where Warzone messed up. Like he's talking about cheaters and stuff. I feel like they just opened up crossplay so fast that like they weren't really anticipating how many cheaters there are on PC and how easy it is to get aimbotting on PC. Like Apex take time to make their characters balanced. They're still working with their guns and like kind of like Apex has always attacked. Like if you look at it, they kind of like attack things that other games are bad at. Like Fortnite, when it was popular against Apex, Fortnite had no respawn like beacon at all. Like if you died in Fortnite, you died. Like you had to watch your teams play, which that sucks. Like that's clearly the worst thing ever. Is like when you land and something shitty happens and you have to like sit there while your friends play, especially if they end up playing out the whole game. Like yeah, if they win, oh yeah, you got a free win. But also sitting there for that long kind of sucks too, because if they don't win and it's a 30-minute game, it's like you're just sitting there for 30 minutes. So Apex kind of came out right away. They added respawn beacons, something they beat their opponents on. Another thing is they kind of like came out with, more of a like no fall damage kind of, which is another thing that Fortnite was struggling at, was people were destroying builds because people weren't building as good as they were back then. So like people were dying from fall damage a lot in Fortnite back then. So it would be like tragic if you were good at building and you were playing people back then that shot you down, where at Apex there was no fall damage, and the way you can mount up the walls and free run and stuff, it really gives you an opportunity for these characters to be something special, and I think that's what makes Apex special.
Also in Apex, the chases. When you got into chasing people, it was like
Oh, you run
This
across
is
the whole
fun.
map.
And that's true.
Right.
So yeah, I kind of do
That's
take back
like,
my statement though. I think that Apex would still be a little better than Warzone because I totally forgot about the cheaters and how they opened up the crossplay, but I just don't see either of them passing Fortnite in its prime. Like
yeah, no.
anywhere from season 2 to 5 of Fortnite, it's super hard to say that too many people were playing. Like I remember being excited for every season. At the beginning of Fortnite, or the beginning of season 2 is when everyone really like got onto it. You know, that's the John Wick season. So going from there,
Yeah.
and then the next season, and then like I think season 4 was the one with all the superheroes, right? Like with the thing in the middle of Wailing Woods or whatever, like the
I
meteor.
don't know.
I don't know.
I stopped
I don't
after.
remember.
But that season with like the Wonder Woman looking skin and the guys at the end, the Omega guy, whatever. That season was probably like the most popular season that I can remember off the top of my head, just because of how popular
Wasn't
the
that?
game was at the time.
Oh, Omega. Yeah, that was season 4.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, with the superhero theme type skins, they weren't really making like that's like when they made their first ever like collab deal with the like Thanos thing. Like Fortnite has did a
Yeah.
lot of other things that other BRs are not gonna do in general. Like we're never gonna see another BR event like where it has like an actual you can walk around as Thanos and just destroy everyone. We're not gonna see nothing like that in another game.
I think because that's just risky in general. Because like it can kill the point of view for some gamers, and then other gamers they'll think that oh that's dope, and it will just attract more. But it's like very risky.
It is risky, but at the same time though, Fortnite has always made it pay off though because all those things were limited time game modes. Like you weren't forced to
Hmm.
play those, and I think that's where some of the things that like other games are starting to catch on to. Like there's like limits on what you can do now, and you're not forced to play that. Like again, like Warzone, this is kind of the mistake that they had too. Is when the game first came out, there was no single play, there was no duos, there was no trios. It was just squads, and if you had no one to play with, you had to play with randoms.
No, it
And
wasn't
sometimes,
squads. It was trios.
okay, well either way, squads, trios, same thing. You get what I'm saying though? Like you weren't forced. You didn't have 3 modes to pick from. Like if you want to
Well,
play by yourself.
you had the plunder and the trios to choose from.
Well, yeah, but what I mean is like they didn't give you the option to play by yourself. Some people, there's just those people out there that want to play BR games, but they don't want teammates. Like they just want to be that
Oh
guy that
yeah,
doesn't have to worry about anyone else.
like Apex.
Yeah. Apex again. But Apex is more of an Overwatch type game where because of the characters having abilities and special powers, it kind of defeats the purpose of playing solo. So
Yeah.
I honestly think solos in Apex would be a really unfun game. Duos really makes it work. Like duos, it's just right because 2 characters are enough.
Working
Like
together. Yeah.
yeah. But going back to like the Call of Duty thing, I am excited about a Treyarch game. If like Treyarch can balance out the AR and subplay, like there's some things that Modern Warfare did great. Like again, going back to other people's podcasts, like Eavesdrop and all these other people that I watch talk about COD. Like, is COD really bad, or is it the maps and the way people play the maps make the game really bad? There's an argument like for both sides. And to me, like in the beginning of the game felt great. The guns still do feel balanced, like in some portions of the game. But I just think the way that people play with the game and the way that people make the guns like usable and non-usable are actually the players. It's actually not the guns because you can actually like do good with other guns in that game. It's not you don't have to only use the M4 and the MP5. It's just people only choose to use those and play a certain way on the maps to make the casual playing unfun.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
100%.
I kind of want it like BO4 because BO4 was a 3-gun meta. You remember how it was the submachine gun, the SOG, that's what it was called. And then it
Yeah.
was the Maddox and the ICR. It was like you had a fast-paced AR, a fast-paced sub, and then you had a slow-paced AR. Which just made it, I guess, easier for teams to play, I guess. Not really, because in a sense you could tell like, oh, they got 2 ICRs or 1 ICR. And then they have like the other Maddoxes and the SOGs. So it was like it was just different, and it was just like for me, it was more fun and just easier to play and less stressful to play. Because like with MW, you have an M4 and an MP5.
Oh yeah.
MP5,
Especially from a
shoot.
competitive standpoint, like you play.
Yeah, like the MP5 kills faster at a longer range. So it's like, should there even be an AR if the MP5 shoots or kills faster at a longer range? Like, I don't know, just like a 3-gun or like a 4-gun meta would just be cool because it's like not everybody's using the same 2 guns.
Man, see, I'm a little bit like on both sides. Like for a content creator and a casual player, and just play with my friends, I kind of want to go back to what I said. Like I don't want there to just be three guns in a game. Like Black Ops 2, like I got on and I literally used every. That's the only game I ever remembered trying literally every gun and actually enjoying it. Besides LMGs, like taking LMGs beside out of the picture. But in Black Ops 2, I'm pretty sure I used every SMG, and I like more than one. Like, of course, for like competitive, I use the MSMC, but the Vector was fun. The PW before patch was really great. MP7 was actually, I felt Modern Warfare 3ish in that game, and it just played out so fun to use. You know, is a Peacekeeper an AR in that game or a sub? I don't know.
It was
I don't know where it's at, but the
I don't even
Peacekeeper.
remember.
Yeah, I don't
I
remember.
wanna say AR.
Yeah, I want to say AR, but either or, like those, like either or, the games in that, like the guns in that game were playable from different categories. Like with the ARs, like people use the MTAR. If the Peacekeeper was an AR, people use the Peacekeeper, the AM, the M8, FAL. Like you could literally get on and play with multiple guns and have fun using multiple guns because like there was no like really advantage like of other guns. Like you can actually lose a gunfight in Black Ops 2 to an MTAR even if you have an M8 or whatever. It all depends on like the skill of the player, and that game and the guns really like played out really well in that game, and we really haven't seen that in the Call of Duty. But
Since then, yeah.
Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4 kind of circled back around to it because the launch guns, of course, weren't super great like you said, but like DLC guns that came out in Black Ops 4 and Black Ops 3 were actually fun to play with again. So that being said, if the guns can keep getting better, like the system that Modern Warfare has, like I said, it kind of is the players making the guns bad. So hopefully, you know, the players on Black Ops aren't as bad, and the maps. I'm pretty high hope that I've never really seen Treyarch have a game with like completely shit maps. So I don't think they'll be bad. And we get like our common DLC maps like Nuketown, Summit, Fire Range. We're gonna get those all back. So
Another thing about MW is I wouldn't really say. I mean, I'd say partially what they did wrong. Not what they did wrong, just like what they could have done better on. Is yeah, the maps, but the spawns. The spawns, I feel like they made the spawns for like as if the maps were just bigger. Like, cause the maps aren't that big. Most of the maps aren't that big. Like Arklov, that's a big map, and like I don't know if you've ever played Respawn in those, but with Respawn with that game, with that map, it's like not broken. You can predict the spawns in that map. Like the bigger maps, you can predict the spawns, but with like the smaller maps,
that's horrible.
like the spawns are just everywhere. I feel like they made the spawns for a bigger map. Like they just shrunk them right before the game released, and then they just called it a day.
Okay. So going into the last 10 minutes of this podcast, I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys that this podcast, real quick, will be on YouTube instead of SoundCloud. We'll be sure to share all that in our things on social media and stuff. We'll let everyone know that. Another thing is, before we end this podcast, I want to know one game that you guys are into playing right now. I know there's not many out, but what is one game that you guys are actually enjoying? Or two. You know, for me, I'll start off. I've been liking playing Minecraft with you guys. We haven't really got on a world in a couple of days. We can get back to that. Yeah, Minecraft. Exactly. And Breakout. I actually do enjoy Breakout. I'm not really into the competitive part of it yet, but I do like the casual play for it still. But what about you guys?
Warface, man. Game's fun.
It is.
I love
I know
Warface.
for me, Minecraft and Breakout, because I never played Minecraft personally, and then these guys got me into Minecraft, and it's a lot of fun. And then for Breakout, I'm into the competitive side. Competitive side is so fun.
That's crazy. I still can't believe you never played Minecraft before this. I'm glad you have though. Like at least you got to experience it. Like that, dude. What we need to do, honestly, if all of our friends were down, we would have to get like a bigger size like podcast and talk about our Minecraft stories, bro. Like a Minecraft podcast. Oh my, yeah. There's so much stuff that's been done in Minecraft. We'll definitely have to try to like schedule something out like that. But like I said, for the upload schedules, by the way, we kind of came out that one episode will be up Friday, which will probably be mostly us three on those Friday episodes. And then on Saturday episodes, or we'll record on Saturday, and then one will be uploaded on Monday. So Friday and Monday are uploads, but the Monday one will be probably four of us with kind of more of a sports types one. I know we dived into a little bit of sports in this one, which is good for you guys because we got a little bit of both gaming and sports. So you guys know where our podcast is kind of at still. And we're going to try to keep the momentum going. So with that being said, I think we're gonna go ahead and end it off here. The podcast is pretty lengthy already. So it's been your boy DRIFTXPORT. You guys can catch me on any social media with the same handle, and I'm gonna let these guys do their outros and their social medias that they want again, and that'll be the end of the podcast.
You can find me on Twitter at INVOLTING, and then on twitch.tv/INVOLTING with 2 G's. Because, yeah, I screwed up my Twitch name, so I had to change it. So it has 2 G's now.
It's still pretty unique, though. That's pretty cool. All right, just go
Oh,
ahead.
yeah. Catch me on Twitter at ARZAH_ and Twitch on off ARZAH. I'm live almost all the time, playing all types of games. Story, shooting, Minecraft.
And I'll make sure to have all the links in the description below. And I'm going to set up all the description for you guys so you guys can read through it. I'm going to try to timestamp the episodes. I'm not sure if I'm going to get around to that, to be honest, but I'll try for you guys. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoy, and peace.